everyone. This is a new, not necessarily pop, but kind of is. Our series that was going on for a few years, but we came back to it this year. We're talking about different titles, yeah, so. We shall begin. Giving a travel ticket to someone in this game. But anyway, well, we'll get to our entry soon enough, but before we start, here are a few rules. We're also not going to abandon some of the big update on game versions, that is. We are including a lot of things, but we may not be including the same thing, or something different, whatever, if you get my point. Yeah, content, ocean content, yeah. Yeah, we put every post series. Travel tickets. Yeah. So let's get into it. So anyway. So yeah, the first game over taking a minute for the time this time period was Moon Landing in 1969. The first one was 1969, the first tech game ever was in 1969. Yeah, so Moon Landing 1969 was basically a title based in 1969. And then, in the year 1972, we made a sequel called Moon Landing 2. And we hadn't heard a sense of it. Most of our new games coming out over 50 years later, or 60 years later, depending on the decade. Yeah, it's so cool, yeah. Then, the next series we're gonna get to, which is Becky Games Consolr, Becky Consolr. Well, I was familiar with that. Well, it wasn't much from the 70s. I mean, the Moon Landing game in the 60s. So, the 80s and 90s we're going to now. So, also Becky Consolr, Atari 2600, which was released in the 1980s after a few years of the 70s console. And then, yeah, but actually it would be Becky Games, Commodore 64. Okay, actually 2 Moon Landing games. Those are 2 big games from we get to a third one, which is called Becky Consolr Game Boy. 4 was Becky Consolr, Nintendo Super Nintendo, and then Becky Consolr Nintendo 64. 6 titles. And then Becky Consolr. And we get a Becky Consolr, well, you see. Becky Consolr, well. And also have a Becky Consolr. Becky Consolr. We have Becky Consolr. Nintendo Wii, 7, 8 mobile. So 1, 12, 2, Commodore 64, 3 would be Game Boy, 4 would be SNES, 5 would be 64, 6 would be 64, I guess, and 7 would be let's just say it would be Wii, and 7. So what's some of the 8 titles? Let's just say 8 for now. Yeah, 8 plus 2 is 10, so that's 10 titles in the series. Maybe we'll come back someday.